Hey guys, I am not looking at the camera for some reason. I am gonna do another behind the song, I guess you could call it. I'm sorry about the glare in my glasses, the way the light is right now. I cannot, I'm reading notes on my computer of what I've done for this story and can't seem to angle it without getting this beautiful glare over my eyes, but whatever. This one is a very, 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 very sad story. Probably one of the saddest I've ever heard. And obviously it's really messed up and it's gruesome, but I'm not going into any gruesome details in this one because it's just too sad, and really I don't know any of the details, and it's pretty straightforward what happened. I don't want to know all the details to this, to be quite honest, because the fact that it has to do with a little boy is disheartening enough. I thought I would just tell the story behind the song of Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. What a lot of people don't know about this song is that Clapton actually started writing it the year before his son's death. This is about his son's death, unfortunately. But he started the song when there was a helicopter accident in August of 1990 that killed Clapton's manager, 2 of his roadies, and a friend of his who was also a famous musician by the name of Stevie Ray Vaughan. You may have heard of him. He started writing Tears in Heaven after they passed, and then in March of 1991, less than a year later, he lost his son. And after a long, isolating, grieving period, he picked up writing the song again for his son and wrote it and released it. So in March of 1991 is when this happened, March 20th to be exact. Eric Clapton had a son named Conor. He was 4.5 years old, and he was living with his mother in Manhattan in a condominium. And the condo was in a building called the Galleria condominiums, and they were 57 stories high. Well, Conor lived on the 53rd story with his mother. She was a model/actress. Her name was Lori Del Santo, but Clapton was in New York to visit his son, and apparently he was taking him to the zoo that day. And he got a phone call from the mother when this tragedy happened. Apparently what had happened was the cleaner, who wasn't normally working on that building, or at least in their condo, had gone in there to clean one of the rooms in the condo, and he was cleaning one of the windows. Now the window was a floor to ceiling, maybe not to ceiling, but a 6-foot window that was from the floor up. And I think they said it was about 4 feet wide. And he had left the window open, cleaned the room, and was leaving the window open to sort of let air in and let, get some circulation through. And there wasn't any coverings on the window. There was no protective anything. There wasn't a screen or anything like that. And Conor was just running around the house playing with his nanny and somehow darted right past. I've read different reports. Some say right past the nanny, some say right past the housekeeper. It could have been both. Ran into that room that they were trying to keep him out of, and he tripped and fell 49 stories. He landed on the roof of a 4-story building that was next to the condominiums, and that's where they found him. And police and ambulance were obviously called to, there wasn't really much to do other than have the coroner come, unfortunately. I've seen a couple clips, but mainly one that I'll try and remember to link below, of him talking about Conor's death much later in his life. And he said that on his way to the condominium to visit his son, well, he had gotten the phone call. He said he saw the ambulances and everything, and he knew that it was Conor over there that they were tending to. And he said that he forever regrets not running over there, but he was too scared. He couldn't do it. He just had to keep walking and walk into the apartment to see the mother. He couldn't even look that way, apparently. It was just, he had to keep going. And he couldn't bear to see what would happen to his son's body from that fall. And I can't say I blame him, because that's a pretty traumatic thing to witness. But I would understand the longing to want and go and run and, do something, but there really wasn't anything to be done, unfortunately. Conor is buried in Eric Clapton's hometown of Ripley, which is about 30 miles southwest of London. So he was laid to rest there. Clapton had battled alcoholism prior to Conor's birth, and he credited his son with really helping him kick the habit and get into rehab full force, because he knew it wasn't about him anymore. He knew that he needed to be a good father to this boy. So the good thing is he was at least a great force in Clapton's life while he was here. But the tragedy is he lived a very short life and died a tragic death, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. I don't even want to imagine it, honestly. I'm trying to just read these facts and not think about it, because it's so messed up to think that that happened. It was completely ruled an accident. It wasn't anybody's fault. The housekeeper who worked there I don't know if they were unaware that there was a kid, or if somehow Conor got past the blocks that they had up for him to get in the room, but even Eric Clapton said it was nobody's fault. It was an accident, and it was just a terrible, tragic accident. So sadly, that is the story behind the song. Again, the song is Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. I'll try and also remember to post the lyrics below, but if you guys have any more suggestions of maybe songs you'd like to hear the meaning behind, or more true crime stuff, comment below and let me know, and I'd be happy to do those for you. See you guys next week.